Hey guys, Millie Spear here. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Seduce Me the Otome. Oh. Already my mouse wheel kind of moved. Great way to start the video. Anyway, let's begin the fun, shall we? I slowly opened my eyes, letting the voices of my dreams echo in my head and force me awake. I rubbed my eyes before sitting up and looking at my clock. 7 a.m. Why am I up so early? I fell back onto the bed and closed my eyes, trying to go back to sleep. However, something kept me awake. Why? It's too early to even be alive. I kind of think there should have been a 2 in there, but that's how the movie goes. Or, not movie. Story goes. I gave up and sat up, staring at the fireplace across from my bed. A sigh escaped from between my lips before I threw my legs over the side of my bed. What to do at 7 a.m. in the morning? I guess we'll work on homework. I had to work on my homework. I had school tomorrow regardless of what was happening in my life. At that moment, I wished school was over. Well, might as well get it done now. I reluctantly took my books out of my bag that sat on the floor. I made my bed into a study picnic area as I began to work through my homework. The benefit of doing your homework in the morning, not having to do it later. The downside, morning sucks for trying to use your brain for anything educational. Okay. Brain! Why do you gotta do this to me? The formula for fixed costs is FC plus VC times Q equals TC. Marginal cost is total cost minus fixed cost. Holy crap. I felt my brain slowly start to ramp up the flow of logical thoughts, speeding up the time I was working on each economic equations I had. It wasn't a matter of me being smart about anything when it came to doing homework or doing well in class, but I was quick to learn it and easily retained information. That's just so not me. Information does not like to stick in my head. If only I could learn about the boys this fast. I stopped. Did I really just compare learning about demons to learning about economics? That's awesome. How to know about boys? Economic terms. Let's see. He's pi equals. Is he suitable for me? Good lord. I can't believe we're doing equations to compare to boys. It's 7 a.m. It's too early to be alive, let alone make sense. I shook my head and continued to work. I returned to bed feeling the weight of the morning drag me under my covers to try sleeping again. I had energy, but I wanted more sleep. It was Sunday and nothing was happening today. Come on, eyes, back to sleep. I shut my eyes and tried to slow my breathing. I looked at my phone to check the time once again. It was noon, yet it felt like I had slept for much longer. Why is time going so slowly? I sighed, got changed into normal clothes, and went out to the main hall and sat on the stairs. Sunday was very boring. However, the muffled sounds of battle caught my attention. Huh? I quickly went out to the backyard in response to the noise I had heard. In the yard were all 5 of the boys practicing fighting. Sam was in the middle with the others 4 surrounding him and throwing punches and kicks at him. Sam, being the strongest of the bunch, blocked and dodged every almost masterfully. I think I'd rather watch. I just watched. The boys were very much in their own world, focusing on the training they all were in. It was better not to disturb them. And I gotta remember to save! I checked the time and decided to head inside to the kitchen. I was getting hungry, and I'm sure the boys would need to eat soon, so lunch was a must. Might as well make lunch today. It's been a while since I cooked. Lunch wasn't practically hard. I decided to make cold cut cucumbers, simple chicken and rice pizza. I'm gonna go with cold cut sandwiches. It's lunch. Lunch sandwich, right? Because why not? I assembled simple ham sandwiches for all of us. After I poured some potato chips on the side of each sandwich, I felt satisfied. Who said lunch had to be cooked? I placed the food in the dining room, however, none of the boys were there. By the time I brought the final dish out, I carried that dish to the main lobby, catching the boys separating into different rooms of the house. Part of me wanted to go in one in particular. The other part of me wanted to just leave them be and take the food in my hand to my room and eat. Maybe I could go out today while the boys focus on training. I don't want to go back to my room. We freaking did all the studying. So let's go find one of the guys. And I did it again. I'm going to save right here. Fuck it. There. I feel better. I quickly rushed and grabbed a second food dish before hunting down one of the boys. I looked down each hall trying to find one of the incubi, wandering so that I wouldn't have to go through each individual room finding them. I pursued my lips in irritation. Where the heck are they? I sighed, knowing that I would have to search for them in each room. I turned to head down the west hall before I suddenly bumped into an opening door. Face first. Ouch. Ouch. Forget the oof. It's the ouch.
Whoa! What the?
I quickly stepped back and regained my balance on my feet with the food in hand. The last thing I wanted was food on the floor. I shook my head and looked up to see Sam looking at me from behind the door in surprise. Being that I only saw his face, he was wet, so I assumed that the door led to a bathroom he was exiting from.
Oh, crap. Are you alright?
Yeah, I brought food. What the hell? Why did I say that? I shook my head and acted like I knew what I said. Sam raised an eyebrow before looking to the food I brought.
Oh, hey. Thanks.
Okay. Please tell me you have trousers on. Or something. I don't want to get out the sensors already. As Sam stepped out from behind the bathroom door and closed it, I was suddenly face to face with a shirtless and freshly clean Sam. A simple towel was hanging over his shoulders as he looked at me. I remained frozen, unable to tear my eyes away from the sight. Damn, was he ripped. There goes my girl thing going out.
Hey, you alright? Hello?
Habua? Or like my Good lord. Sam let a sly smirk appear on his lips before tapping my forehead with his finger. It was light, but I still felt pressure from it to push me back a bit on my feet.
You gonna give me my food, or do you plan to keep staring into space like a nut job?
Ah, yes, I'm going to be staring into space or laugh uncontrollably gigglishly. One of those. Huh? Oh, right. Here. I quickly gave Sam his food, glaring at him. He chuckled before quickly dropping to the floor and crossing his legs to sit. I did a double takedown at him before joining him to eat. I was hungry, so might as well. Sam must have been hungry because he practically scarfed all his food down before I could get 2 bites of mine. Bites out of mine. That's all he did. Or either that, or he just went and sucked it all up. One of the two. Jeez, you eat fast.
Oh, sorry. It was good, yeah.
Thanks. Sam sat in silence, waiting for me to finish. It was odd. It was not far from having a dog watch you while you ate. Nevertheless, I finished my food quicker than I normally did, and looked to Sam, who somehow got his shirt and vest on while I wasn't looking. Damn, was he fast.
Alright then, I'm heading up to the roof.
Roof? Roof? He was heading to the roof. Why? What? The roof? I'm not gonna get over that.
Yeah. Wanna come with?
Sure, why not? Hold on, he wanted me to join him on the roof. The roof of a huge mansion. How? Why? And there is a thing. We're going right here just to make sure.
I promise you won't fall, or whatever. Okay?
Okay, because I'm terrified of heights here. I didn't know why I was up for this, but I said okay. The small, adventurous side of me was very happy with my decision. But another side of me was screaming at me and asking me why I did that. Oh god. Sam took the empty dishes and placed them on a nearby stand before walking to a nearby window and looking to me. Wait, a window.
Come on.
I walked towards Sam, unsure of what he wanted to do. As I stepped to his side, he wrapped a tight arm around my waist and hugged me against his side. Whoa!
Better hold on tight.
I instantly wrapped my arms around Sam as he opened the window and stepped up on the ledge. I could feel him tighten his grip on me as he looked up and grabbed the end of the roof with his free hand. We got a nice roof, though I'm scared shitless. I gripped tightly to him as he somehow was able to pull both of us up to the roof with that one hand. He lifted me to the roof first before pulling himself up and sitting with a content sigh.
See? I told you I wouldn't let you fall.
Yeah. I sat up beside Sam, trying to shake off what had happened. He was a demon. I had to remember that, no matter how human he looked.
Pretty sight, huh?
I raised my eyebrow before looking around. I raised my eyebrow before looking ahead of us. I gasped. It's a pretty sunset. The sight was truly beautiful. The estate was settled on a high hill, so the view I saw made me feel like I was flying. I bet. I could see Chicago in the distance, surrounded by forests and suburbs like the one I reside in. Something about the sight took my breath away. I slightly thanked my adventurous side for taking the risk to come up here.
You know, it's things like this that make the human world worth coming to.
I turned to Sam at his statement. Unsure of what he meant, he kept his eyes to the view, but I could see very soft amazement in his eyes. What do you mean?
I'm not like my brothers. I didn't come to get away from anything or to fulfill something. Whatever they may tell you their reasons were, I came because, well, they're my brothers. And that's that. However, I didn't expect the human world to be so pretty.
Just in case, because I have no clue. I'm saving a lot more. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't understand. The brothers were running from more than just Malik. What could have possibly driven them from where they were? You all ran from something.
We all had our reasons for leaving the Abyssal Plains. James didn't want to deal with his problems. Matthew wanted to live with humans more than demons. I came because I didn't want to be without my brothers. So I left with them.
That's rather sweet, if you think about it.
It doesn't matter. I came, so here I am.
I frowned a bit. I frowned and bit my lip slightly. Wasn't sure if he even wanted to be here with how he was answering. Still, I felt a small wave of confidence drive me to scoot closer to Sam. I wanted to try to be friends. Fate didn't like that, apparently. I found myself losing my balance and wound up starting to fall off the roof. Ah!
Whoa!
Instantly, Sam grabbed me and pulled me to him. He wrapped his arms around me, making sure I wasn't able to fall back down the roof. But that wasn't what made me blush wildly from ear to ear. Oh shit. Oh shit. I had somehow landed and straddled over his lap. Shit. Oh, these embarrassing moments. Oh my god. He was hugging me close to his chest. It was almost like a romance scene in a love story. I couldn't tear my eyes away from Sam as he stared up at me in concern. Of course that would happen. Of course I would misstep and he would grab me and... Oh god.
I got you. You okay?
Yes, I am. Oh god. However, I continued to look down at him as he stared up at me. Neither of us knew what to do, and I could feel that we were both lost in the fact as we looked at each other. Sam's face grew slightly red.
Hey, I might as well say it now, but sorry for being a dick when we met.
Oh, that's nice of you, dude. It's finally came around. Woohoo! I must have been dreaming. Sam was being sincere? Why? However, as I stared, I could feel his strength weaken. He was shaking, but continued to hold me to keep me safe from falling. Sam, do you need energy? Sam's eyes widened before he looked away, refusing to answer but refusing to let me go. I didn't feel any energy drain, so he wasn't trying to take advantage of the situation. That was it. He needed energy. But should I give it? He needs it. To live. That's what they survive on. Fine. I gently grabbed Sam's face and tilted his head to angle with mine. Leaning in closer to him, I brought my lips to his and kissed him deeply. I didn't know if this would help, but it was how he got energy before. I shut my eyes, waiting for the draining feeling to reappear in my body. Sam didn't move, nor did I feel energy drain from me. I opened my eyes and saw Sam staring wide-eyed at me. But unmoving, he was unsure of what to do, and I had silenced him with confusion. I did a bold move. Oh shit, should I have not done that? Oh crap. I don't know why, but I felt both irritated and accomplished at the question and at the look he was giving me. Where was his flirting? Where was his cocky smirk? From what I remember, he took advantage of me when we met. Yet now he... I can't read. Now he was somehow intimidated by me. Fucking hell. Are you kidding me? Oh, yes. I figured he needed the kiss. And now we're back to square one. Fucking hell. I pulled away and spoke. I want to give you some of my energy. You've used a lot of it, and I'm sure that the energy you took from me was only used for healing. Let me help you.
I don't...
Sam, if you don't want my energy, just tell me. But I'm offering it to you if you do. All of a sudden, I felt the familiar feeling of warmth run through my body once again. I felt my body slightly heat up as Sam pulled my body tighter to his. He regained his stoic gaze before speaking.
Just remember, you offered.
Well, there it is. Before I knew it, Sam pulled me into a gentle but passionate kiss. Heat erupted through my body as his kiss slowly and almost timidly got deeper. Sam kept an arm around my waist while I rested my hand on his chest. The energy from my body was slowly draining from the kiss, making me feel light and warm. It was almost pitiful how comfortable and how willing I was in this situation. Still, I held no regrets. I was enjoying every bit of this kiss. Sam gently leaned back, pulling me along with him so that I was laying on top of him. I felt odd yet comfortable to be the one in control. Good lord. Sam wasn't as forceful as he was when we first met, and it felt almost magical. It was how I imagined the first kiss to be like, except with energy drained. Soon, though, the energy drain stopped, and Sam gently pushed my face away to end the kiss. I stared down at him as we both panted for air. I had never kissed like that before, and I was so lost in the moment that I'd forgotten how to breathe. Oh god, really? Really? You're just holding that kiss really... Hold your breath. Holy crap. So basically, Sam took my breath away. Give it back. Sam moved a strand of hair from my face to behind my ear, eyes still full of desire. The look in Sam's eyes, though, I almost couldn't find the strength to pull away. I could feel the hold of his mind-altering spell fade away, but I still felt hot. Something told me that I wanted more, but at the same time, I wasn't sure if I truly did want to give any more. Oh my god. Okay. In this sense, we are saving. Before I forget again. Holy crap. In this sort of case, I'm gonna stop. I gently pushed Sam back, smiling tiredly. Let's stop here. I'm getting a little dizzy. Sam instantly nodded, a glaze of guilt running across his eyes as he examined me for fatigue.
Sorry. I must have taken too much.
I giggled softly before lifting my finger to his lips, hushing him. I then smiled. It was my choice, Sam. I wanted to help. Sam stared at me before nodding with a very small smile.
You're odd.
Gee, thanks. I am an odd one. I gently leaned back, feeling slightly wobbly. As I felt my body lean back, Sam quickly held me to him again to balance me.
Jeez, you look like you're about to pass out.
Oh, man. I couldn't even respond back. Weakness poured over me. I gripped onto him, trying to find my core balance once again. But I remained almost limped against Sam's chest. Sam let out a sigh before wrapping a strong arm around my waist, lowering us down back into the house through the window and carrying me to my room. Sam then lifted me up gently and laid me on my bed, covering me with my blankets. As I looked up at him, he brushed a strand of hair from my face to the side. I felt weak and felt like closing my eyes, so I did. I let myself fall back into the darkness of sleep, knowing I was safe, comfy in my bed. Sam lingered in my dreams, reminding me of the kiss we shared. I felt happy. I felt relaxed. So sweet. I was going to sleep for a good while. The remainder of the night passed by, surprisingly uneventful. The boys continued to train with each other, but were kind enough to stop and make me dinner. I was glad for that. Unsurprisingly, the food was perfect, but it felt a little empty without the boys to eat with me. They most likely had already eaten, but still I felt lonely. I couldn't let it bother me. I ate and went back to my room and to study and sleep. Surprisingly, I felt good going to bed that night. I felt like I could have a peaceful sleep after the previous rough nights I had. I felt good. I drifted to sleep and woke up almost flawlessly the next morning. No grogginess, no aches, perfectly energized and bright-eyed. Man, how long has it been since I got that much good sleep? I looked at my alarm clock. I woke up 10 minutes before my alarm. I have done that a lot of times. I would wake up before my alarm clock ever goes off, and then there's some days where I'm so tired, I would wake up way past. Well, hey, I must be lucky today. Karma owed me some luck. After all I had gone through in merely a handful of days, I deserved to get some good luck. Ecstasy for the ecstasy. Ecstasy. Ecstatic for the day ahead. I turned off my alarms before they could ring and got dressed. However, my phone started to quickly buzz from an incoming text. Huh? Who's texting me this early?
Yo, Anderson! You're carpooling with us from now on. We're not letting you waste your money on a bus. Get ready and be at your gate at 7 stat.
Hello, Suzu. I smiled. My friends were the best. I couldn't drive yet, and I didn't have a car, so it was awesome that my friends would let me carpool. I checked the time, 6:30. Perfect. I can eat some breakfast before they come. I packed my bag and carried it downstairs towards the kitchen. As I entered the dining room, I saw a plate with eggs, toast, and bacon sitting on the table. A fresh steaming cup of coffee sat next to the plate with the sugar and creamer on the side. I walked to the table and couldn't believe what I was seeing. Who made this? As I spoke aloud, a small red note caught my attention. Have a good day. Yours. My heart skipped a beat as I finished. I could tell it was from one of the boys. Maybe it was from him. I smiled before putting the note in my bag and eating up. The food was so delicious, I devoured every amazing bite. I looked to the time again. Time to go. I quickly rushed to the door, checking myself in the passing mirror. I wasn't wanting to impress anyone, but I still needed to look decent. And I'm going to save again. Ba-doo. Before I could reach the handle of the door, however, someone took my hand. Huh? I turned to see Sam, who was holding my hand back with a stern look on his face.
My name.
Your name?
My true name isn't Sam. I want you to know my real name if something happens.
His true name? What did he mean? Why was he telling me this now? Sam gently pulled me to him, and I leaned close. Sam gently pulled me to him and leaned close to whisper in my ear.
My name is Amaris.
Amaris. As he said his name, I could feel it lock into my memory. Something in my head would make sure I would never forget it. Sam pulled away and stared at me, despite still carrying worry in his eyes.
If you're in any danger, any time, doesn't matter when, call my name. I promise that I'll come and help you.
I stared up at Sam, unable to say anything. I could only nod in response. Sam nodded back before releasing my hand and heading into the dining room. Something told me that name would be used eventually. And right on cue, Naomi drove up to the gates with Suzu waving me down. I rushed out the door and we headed to school, talking about the homework and the coming day. We made it into the school without a hitch. Our lockers were in the same part of the hall, so we quickly unloaded what we needed to and got our important books and necessities. First incident of the day. Uh-oh. As I walked towards Suzu and Naomi, who were both waiting for me on the opposite side of the hall, something hooked my ankle and made me fall forward. Whoa! Ow!
Hey, are you okay?
Who did that?
The three of us looked back to see Lisette and her gaggle of girls. Lisette had a look of complete innocence, while the girls around her giggled like no tomorrow.
Why, you little...
Suzu, don't!
I felt a giant fire of anger burn in my stomach as I stared at Lisette. Today was not the only time this had happened to me. However, it was now clear who was behind these incidents. Even if she was innocent and one of her goons did it, it was now obvious that Lisette was the mastermind just from the look on her face. She was no friend, nor would she ever be. I had to do something. We're gonna stand up and walk away. Fuck you. No. I wasn't going to bring myself to her level. She was a bully, but I was not going to let her get to me. I had to be stronger than her, and only then would I have beaten her. I stood up, brushed myself off, pretending nothing had happened.
Anderson, you okay?
That was a pretty bad fall.
Yeah, I'm fine. A fall like that is nothing. I merely smiled at them, not wanting to let them know the pain rushing through my body from that fall. My arms were quaking, my shoulders were pulsing, but I remained content to face it. I quickly gathered up my belongings and nodded to my two friends. Come on, we'll be late for history. Susan and Naomi looked at each other before frowning and nodding to me. Naomi and Suzu flanked me as we began to walk to class, away from the gaggle of bullies. As we walked, I could barely see Suzu flipping the middle finger to the group behind us from the corner of my eye.
Friggin' bunch of Lisette feet lickers.
That's gross, Suzu.
I love Suzu. She's awesome. I love her in that. Give her that fear!
It's true. It's all OMG! Lisette is the best! Let's follow her around because we obviously don't have lives.
I love Suzu. Naomi and I could not help but laugh. The group behind us, however, did not like Suzu's words.
At least my dad doesn't screw around in the black market to keep a stupid casino running.
Suzu stopped. Naomi and I stopped as well to look back at Suzu, who was completely red in anger. Suzu slowly turned a head to the group, glaring daggers at them.
Fuck did you just say?
Woo! Oh shit. I'm gonna... Just in case there's choices in the fast speed run. Saving! Whew. I like the music though. I like this music. It's kind of awesome. Kick ass. I had to act fast. I placed my hand on Suzu's shoulder and gripped tightly, knowing she could try to push my hand away. Suzu, they're not worth it. Let's just go.
No, I think it's about time we taught them some manners.
Suzu.
I looked at Lisette and her group. Lisette had a widely amused smile on her face, which irked me to no end. Nevertheless, I knew that fighting wasn't going to get us anywhere. Let's go. I grabbed Suzu on the shoulder roughly, pulling her back to Naomi and me. Suzu tried to step towards the group, but Naomi held onto her other shoulder. We held on to Suzu, who fought against our hands as we marched to class. Surprisingly, the rest of the school day went off without another incident. I went to my class, had lunch, and was anxious to get home. As the bell rang for school to end, I felt my phone vibrate in my pocket. Huh? A text from Dad? I'll be picking you up today. Make sure you're ready to go when I get there. Oh shit, Dad's coming. That's kind of a surprise. I quickly headed back to my locker and got my things before waiting for Naomi and Suzu.
Hey, are you ready to go?
Actually, my dad's picking me up.
Really? Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense.
We'll drive home together next time. Tell your dad that we've got you covered from now on.
Yeah, alright. Even while I laughed, something didn't seem right. My dad texted me to say this. Why was he going to pick me up? Had I done something wrong? I didn't know. I waved goodbye to Naomi and Suzu before heading off to the usual spot where my dad picks me up. I took the time to listen to my music while I waited. I needed to go to another Rise of the Phoenix concert. Eventually, I had played the entire album with no one showing up. What the hey? Dad's never this late. What the hey? Dad's never late, especially not this late. I quickly dialed my dad's number again, but as soon as I pressed call, it disconnected and read a signal disconnection error message. What the? No signal error? How do I not have a signal? I double-checked my phone and saw all 5 bars for a signal. He must be in a dead zone. Before I could finish, a group of hands grabbed at my hands, feet, and covered my mouth. I screamed into the hands over my mouth, struggling to pull away from the hands grabbing at my limbs. It felt disgusting and scary feeling their hands on me. I needed it to stop.
Hey! Don't dirty up Melix's prey!
Oh dear. Oh shit. Every time I see these things, I'm like, freaking out! Oh fuck. The voice which sent a fearful shiver down my spine whispered into my ear.
You're coming with me, Miss Anderson.
Oh shit. I couldn't fathom what was happening, but before I knew it, I was blindfolded and my limbs were quickly tied up. I felt myself being carried somewhere and was shoved into something that echoed the interior of a bus or a van. The doors closed and off I was taken, unsure of where I was going and why. All I knew was that I was in trouble. All I saw was darkness. I felt numb, and I was taken to a place I didn't know of. I couldn't even move my lips to scream. Sounds zipped past my ears, first of the interior of a car, then the outside, then an echoey space with whispers and cackles of people vibrating through it. However, the wrap around my eyes was eventually removed from my face, and my bombs were cut. It took a while for my eyes to adjust, but I found myself in a warehouse surrounded by devils, including Malik, who was smirking at me.
Nicely done! I'm sure those little shits will come running to find you when they realize you didn't return to your precious little mansion. They'll search everywhere for you.
Oh god. You need a breath mint? Malik walked over and set the barrel of his gun against the skin between my eyes.
It'll be so funny when they find your dead body instead.
I love
It'll be
chases.
so funny.
But just in case, I don't want to make a wrong choice here.
It'll be...
Okay. I know that's his name. But if they don't want to pull him in... So this is a tough call for me. I could say Amorius. But then again, I could say... Wait. And be smart about it. Fuck me. Shit. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. This is one of the decisive sort of deal. Oh fuck it. You know we gotta do it like a Japanese anime style. You know if they want, oh save me my prince. Save me. Amorius. All of a sudden, a bright purple light engulfed the room, causing the devils around me to comfort themselves.
What the?
Gust of winds rushed past me, almost forcing me back. I covered my face with my arms, bracing myself and standing my ground. I tried to peek through my arms to see what was going on, but the light continued to shine brightly. As the gust slowly started to die, the light began to fade, revealing a very pissed off Sam. I knew that was gonna happen. Sam!
Don't worry. I got you.
At that moment, Sam didn't even give Malik a chance to breathe. As I blinked, I felt Sam's fist ram into Malik's cheek, sending the devil flying back against the wall of the warehouse we were in.
You motherfucker!
Sam was relentless. He quickly followed Malik to the wall and began slamming his fist into Malik's body. An imprint of Malik's body began to form into the wall as Malik was intervening. The remaining devils started trying to figure out what to do, help Malik or watch in silence. Eris, however, walked up beside me and crossed her arms as she watched with an amused smirk on her face.
Get off!
With a blast of heat, Sam was forced back from Malik. Sam slid on the balls of his feet, covering his face from the burst of heat that forced him back. Malik, on the other hand, was practically on fire. His menacing eyes glared deadly daggers at Sam as Malik gripped his gun.
You're dead, Incubus!
Oh, please don't tell me I just signed his death warrant. Malik pried himself from the wall and began to fire hot bullets at Sam. However, none of the shots made it to Sam's body. In the blink of an eye, Sam had disappeared from his spot, reappearing at Malik's side, ready to lay a heavy punch to Malik's head.
Too slow!
Malik's through, though, wasn't as slow as Sam thought. Malik quickly turned to shoot at Sam, who barely had the time to dodge it. It quickly turned into a fight of Sam using his speed to dodge and try to hit Malik, and Malik using his gun, the devil-like skills, to try and lock onto Sam's appearing form. It was almost too fast to follow. However, I could tell something inside Sam had changed. He wasn't holding anything back in this fight. It was as if something incredibly demonic had taken a hold of him and forced each punch he threw and each step he made. Was this the extent of demon power? I didn't have a chance to answer myself. As Sam tried to dodge Malik, Sam tripped and landed on one knee with a loud thump. Oh shit, what just happened here? Go back!
Gotcha, bitch!
Oh shit! I gasped in horror. No shit! Sam had no chance to dodge or run. I could only stare, petrified, as Malik charged forward and jammed the barrel of his gun into Sam's mouth.
Eat hellfire, Incubus!
Then, at that moment, something in the air changed. The air instantly went from frantic to still in energy. What could have been described in tone as the color red quickly turned into a deadly mix of purple and green, and everything began to blend together all at once. My eyes never strayed from Sam's face, however. Even as it changed, his eyes began to glow a bright golden color as Sam began to bite down on the gun in his mouth. As the trigger was pulled, the gun was snapped in two between Sam's teeth. Sam's fragments of the gun flew everywhere while the look on Malik's face went from confused to petrified. Before Malik could utter a single response, Sam let out a giant, animalistic roar, sending waves of fear down my spine, and tackled Malik to the ground. That is a woo. Okay. Well, either I hit the save button or something. I stared as Sam began to slam punches into Malik's face, one right after another. Sam's skin began to morph and shift with each punch, changing from human to something else. Before I was allowed to see Sam's new form, however, a pair of hands quickly covered my eyes. Instinctively, I reached up and gripped them, trying to pull them off. A voice stopped me.
It's me. Don't look.
I listened carefully and let the last two words linger in my mind. Don't look. Why? Why? What was being hidden from me? I wanted to know, but something told me to obey Damien's command. I could still hear Sam screaming and grunting with each punch he rammed into Malik's face, with the occasional cracking of bones and blood splatters echoing in the air. Maybe it was better that I wasn't able to see.
That's enough, Sam!
Almost instantly after James' command, the sound stopped. The only thing anyone could hear then was Sam pants and grunts for air.
Malix is dead, and you've lost your glamour spell.
Shut up.
Glamour spell? What did he mean? Why did Sam sound so different? Why was this being hidden from me?
It's a spell that makes us look human.
I froze. Look human? They didn't look like human after all? What did they look like?
Like demons.
As if Matthew knew what Damien was talking about, Matthew spoke up, followed by the sound of a cork popping out of a bottle.
Well, not for much longer. Here. Let's go. You gotta regain your glamour spell and you're all out of energy. Come on.
Fine. Whatever.
I could hear the small clinking of glass being passed before hearing Sam guzzle down a liquid of some sort. The feel of the air around me gently began to warm back up, insinuating that everything had been returned to normal. Finally, Damien moved his hands from my eyes, allowing me to see around me once again. The devils, including Eris, had fled. On top of Malik's body was dirty sheets that was quickly turning red from blood. I could see that Malik's face was completely caved in, making a dip in the blanket. I think I just killed Malik. The boys, however, had gathered around me, all of them, including Sam, looking like nothing had happened. What just... I tried to speak, but everything's zipped around in my head at the whole event, and I felt like speaking wasn't possible.
Let's just get you home, miss. There's nothing more to see here.
I could only nod. What had happened boggled my mind to the point of disbelief. I was second-guessing everything, lost in the sea of what and how and when. No shit. I wanted to see, damn it. I didn't care if he looks like a friggin' beast. Good lord. As we walked out of the warehouse, I looked to Sam for some form of sign that I wasn't dreaming. Sam kept his eyes down and away from me. It was over. Malik was gone and the boys were finally safe. A wave of relief ran through my body at the thought of never having to deal with that group again. At the same time, a ping of realization hit the back of my mind. The boys were only going to stay until after Malik was defeated. That was our deal. As we approached home, I could feel something heavy weigh down my heart. It was late, but the boys led me inside and turned on the lights in the lobby.
Finally, we can relax.
It will be good to have some rest without devils breathing down our necks.
I'm just tired. Can I hit the hay early?
I think some sleep would be good for all of us.
I looked to Damien, knowing he could read my mind, and frowned. I didn't want him to know about my thoughts on the situation. Yeah, that sounds good. I wanted to just end tonight. Too much had happened, and I felt dizzy just trying to figure it out. However, Damien spoke up, stopping all of us from moving.
Should we be gone in the morning?
Aw, man, you had to say it, didn't you? You just had to frickin' say it. The air became still with tension. The realization of the situation hit the boys like a wave, forcing them to turn to me in curiosity. They had remembered their deal and were now awaiting me to decide their fate. I gulped face to face with the reality of the situation. The boys were leaving it up to me. They looked like they were willing to accept whatever I had demanded. It was only fair, though, after all that had happened. I looked to Sam, feeling my heart flutter in my chest. I didn't want him to leave, but would he ask to stay? I hoped that he would say no and ask me to stay longer. As if he knew what I wanted, Sam moved and stepped to me, putting his hands in his pockets and looking down at the ground. He was still ashamed of what he had done, but he spoke to me regardless.
Hey, I kinda... wanted to thank you for your energy and stuff. Well, I kinda want to stay here. Can we stay here? Please?
My heart skipped while a large red blush ran across my cheeks. The boys stared at Sam wide-eyed, but didn't dare to speak out. Sam stepped back to give me space, returning to where he was. I moved my gaze across each boy, trying to make a decision. If they left in the morning, I would never see them again, and my life could return to normal. If I decided to let them go, that would have been for the best. No goodbyes, no delays. But did I want to? They had done so much for me in such a small amount of time. Let them stay. I wanted them to stay. I wanted him to stay. I merely smiled, staring at the man I had come to have feelings for, before speaking at last. I would love it if you all could stay. He all smiled. The boys cheered entirely, but nevertheless, enthusiastically I giggled at the sight. It was cute to see everyone so excited despite the tiredness they ran eagerly through our bodies. Today was a rough day. My home is your home, as long as you... My home is your home, as long as you can still help with chores. The boys nodded in unison, agreeing to the terms I had set for them. Despite the good situation, I felt myself slowly slipping into unconsciousness. However, James quickly clapped his hands together, getting everyone's attention and waking me up, making sure I didn't pass out on the floor.
All right, everyone. We're all very tired, so let's head to bed, shall we?
Oh! Yeah, sleep is actually a thing. Right.
Yes, sleep is actually a thing.
We've had a very long day, but it will be good to just relax tonight and tomorrow.
Sleep sounds really good right now.
Yeah, man.
I watched a happy smile grow onto Sam's lips. He shared my excitement knowing that we would be together longer. Who knew how long we would stay together? All I cared about was that I would be with him. The others quickly left to finally rest, leaving me and Sam alone at last. My heart fluttered a bit as Sam walked closer to me, looking to his feet. He was nervous, but it was really cute to see him that way, so I didn't do anything but smile.
Hey, thanks for letting us stay.
You're welcome, Sam. I'm happy to have you stay here. I watched his smile brighten a bit before he cleared his throat and looked up at me with a serious face. I didn't know if it was tiredness or my growing attachment to him, but I felt myself sway a bit on my feet. However, Sam's face made it clear that he wanted to say something else, making me forget that my bed was also calling for me.
Listen, about what happened at the warehouse.
No, it's fine. You did what you had to do. I understand. I had accepted everything that happened and knew that Sam had to do what he had to do. He was real and he was someone I didn't want to be without, even if that meant nodding against my curiosity. Besides, I was too tired to explore the memory further. Sam nodded before holding out a hand to me.
Come on, let's get you to bed.
I nodded before Sam gently lifted me up into his arms like a bride and carried me to my room. Freaking hell. I didn't want to leave his arms, leaning my head against Sam's chest, but eventually I was slowly lowered to my bed and covered with my bed covers. I was still in my school clothes, but I was too tired to strip or care. I looked to Sam, fighting a yawn from escaping me, as he gently ran a hand over my hair.
Get some sleep, alright? I'll make some breakfast again for you in the morning.
I nodded with a tired smile before watching him slowly stand and leave my room, closing the door. A wave of happiness washed over me as I laid in bed. I made a good choice. Sure, it would be hard, but I could tell that I would be able to manage it. Help around the house and being with a man who I slowly started to fall for would be worth it. I slowly felt my exhaustion take over. I let sleep consume me as I drifted into the darkness in my mind. Everything was peaceful. I was happy. Woo! Oh, wow. Is that the end?
You are an interesting creature.
Oh, shit.